Hello, everyone, and welcome. We are so excited that you are joining us this evening as the Lavender Scale Pirates continues our amazing journey across the South Blue. This is season 2, episode 2. It's our golden anniversary, y'all. Thank you for joining us. My name is Jess. My pronouns are they, them, theirs, and I play King Coralie, who uses they and any pronouns. Coralie is the captain of the Lavender Scale Pirates, and I am going to popcorn it up to Julie.
Hello, everybody. I am Julian, or Julie CL. They, he, she. I am playing Esmer. They, she, the lookout of the Lavender Scale Pirates, because grasshoppers are famously good at looking out for danger. And I'll popcorn it over to Brian.
Hello, my name is Briar. They, them pronouns, if you would, and I'll be playing Leandra Spike. He, they pronouns. Welcome to, I don't know, kidnapped pirate. He's a pre-ex-Navy something or other who's been forcibly dragged onto this pirate ship. And I will popcorn it over to Ange.
Hi, everybody. I am Angie, Aegon Theric on the internet, they, them pronouns. I play Zelio Costas, the second command, first mate of King Coralie. And I'm going to popcorn over to Dan.
Hi, hello. I'm Dan Pixel, PYXEL, they, them, and I will once again be playing Ash Carter, former Navy lieutenant, now pirate. Learning pirate, and yeah, that's me, and I will pass it over to Jake.
Hey everyone, I'm Jake, he, him. I'm playing Nemo, the helmsperson of the Lavender Scale Pirates ship, and excited to be back into whatever shenanigans we're getting into, and we got leveled up. So I'm gonna popcorn it over to Lou.
Hi, I'm Lou. I'll be playing Inkray, quartermaster, lawyer. Yeah, I'm gonna popcorn it over to Dennis.
Hi, I am Dennis. I'll be at the helm, holding on for dear life through this storm that these people on screen are about to send us through. You think I'm running this show? No, that's not. I'm wholly reactionary here. I am very, very excited to get us started into episode 2 today. Is everybody ready? Everybody excited? Because I am. So, a quick recap. The Lavender Scale Pirates have banded together, and we picked up about a year after the Paramount War. The world is aware of the Straw Hats now. Some tragic and very big things happened in Marineford, and the response worldwide has been another resurgence of piracy, and the Lavender Scale Pirates are one of those groups. And they turned it all the way to 11, and in our downtime between seasons, stole a full-on poneglyph from the South Blue Marine headquarters. And they have managed to bat away all Marines that have ever tried to come after them with relative ease. And they quickly realized, wait, we don't know how to read this, one. Two, we don't have paper to copy it. And so they went to the island of Scranton and went to go buy / it was pitched that they would buy some paper. That didn't really happen. It was a not so subtle raid that people were just kind of okay with. There was enough deception.
I feel like there's a lot of slander going on. They signed those contracts out of their own free will. It is not our fault that they didn't read them. Right?
Exactly. Read the small print always.
I forgot. The small print said that I can't call it a raid. You're right. I apologize. The contracts were ironclad, and they walked away with ship supplies. They walked away with food. They walked away with the paper that they originally came for. And they walked away with a chef named Kevin from Kevin's Famous Chili, who is now on the ship with them. As they were trying to escape, we realized that the Marines knew where they were, and 3 ships begin to block them into the harbor, and Inkray showed us a massive display of power standing on the bow of the Lavender Scales vessel and with a sword cleaving one of the Marine vessels in 2. And that is where we would pick up if the rest of the Marines hadn't just fled at the sight of that and said, no, someone else can take care of this. They just noped right out of the harbor, leaving you free to go where you will. Still
Someone's
with
getting
the poneglyph on board, tilting the ship slightly.
It was incredibly impressive, Inkray. Like I knew that you'd been kind of practicing that, but eesh.
I did not know I could do that.
Can we get this guy something to eat? I mean, that must have just famished him. Kevin, right? Kevin, do you have any chili that you're working on?
I have some chili. I'll get you some chili. And Kevin will pull a large pot of chili and place it very carefully on a table and start placing bowls around the table and ladling out the chili into the bowls.
I have one question to ask, because Inkray, what do you mean you didn't know you could do that?
I haven't done that before. It's the first time I've done that. I've
So
seen
we
other people do it.
of course.
Sort of like you learn by seeing, and then you put it into practice. I totally understand.
Yeah.
What would have happened if it hadn't worked?
I would have looked very silly. I would have stood there, I would have swung my sword at the air, and I would have looked very silly.
Yeah, I think that we would have just actually would have had to kick the bits then, but we didn't because we have really cool crewmates, and Coralie will try to give a pat on the shoulder, but there's like a 2.5 to 3 foot height difference, so he'll kind of like jump up to do it and probably touch your like mid back.
I'll crouch down so you can pat me on the shoulder, spin down.
And they won't feel slighted by that at all, just a big toothy grin, and they'll pat him on the shoulder and look back at the Navy and say, bye then.
Ash
So
is.
we'll-
No, I was gonna say Ash is seeing Zelio just like have this internal just like aneurysm and is just going to walk up and
Yeah.
put a hand on their shoulder. It's like, I'm gonna go make tea. Do you want tea? It feels like might be the thing.
That does sound very nice.
Yeah.
Leandra, do you want some tea? Would you like me to bring you some tea?
I think you see Leandra looking at the Navy ships and going, sighing as they sail away from the
That's down
Navy.
Don't worry, Leandre. They'll never get you as long as we're here.
Oh, yeah. Thanks for that
We'll sink
reassurance.
everyone.
Oh, every single one of
Every
them?
single one.
Oh, that's really quite ambitious.
Grasshoppers are famously known for their ambition.
Oh. Good, thank you for that information about grasshoppers.
Zilio, friend, are you okay? You seem to have a bit of a laughing fit. I mean, it was pretty funny that they just kind of left. But
Actually,
Leandre's here to
Zelio's
stay.
Zelio's actually that wasn't Zelio. That was Angie losing it. Zelio's
Guys, we've only been live for like 2 minutes.
Zelio went to a different dimension there for a second. Zelio's just going to. I think Leandre is in good hands. I do need a cup of tea, and then just walks with you, Ash. Just gonna walk away.
Leandre would probably wants tea. Needs some
Yeah.
tea.
Ash fully expected, and it's like has pulled out the
Cheers.
largest cups out of like the cabinets
my
and is like
God.
rummaging around trying to find anything without caffeine.
I needed that. I'm sorry, guys. Okay.
So, what did you guys get while you were on the island? Because Inkray, I mean, he was just out there kind of whipping up contracts for everything. We didn't pay a cent. So the little coin that we didn't have, we do get to keep it in our non-existent pocket. Thanks so much, Inkray. Got the paper. You'll be able to do your... And they'll make the motion of like... Just can't think of the words where you put the piece of paper over a leaf and you make the thing.
The print.
Yeah, exactly, the print. So then you'll be able to do the print. We got lots of paper. Kevin has lots of chili supplies. I didn't really get much. I did get some crickets for the hair. So I hope everyone took some time to get the things that they need because it was free.
What did we get? I think food. I think Zelio was picking up food.
We
Oh,
did
no.
remember to do like the normal adult
Like-
food supplies while everyone else was pillaging.
Yes, the food supplies
Yes.
and also any sort of amenities that are necessary so that we are lots of lemons and limes, you know, for the scurvy. But I think if anything, as Ash is preparing tea, Zelio is going to do the when you get groceries, one of the people is the one that puts things away. It's never me, it's always my spouse. And Zelio, however, has a very specific way of things being in the kitchen and in the stores. I think Zelio would be like, nope, it has to go this way. Because I know that Inkray likes it this way. So it has to be like this. So they're going to be moving things around, making sure it's all in order.
Is
Yeah,
that
so there's like barrels and barrels and crates just like lined up outside of the cabins as you sort through your supplies.
I think it's been long enough that we've all been on the same ship that like Ash doesn't look up from the tea making that she is doing, but is just like maneuvering around the organization that Zelio is doing, just sort of like it's second nature at this point, like very well aware of the pattern of how things have to be. We are a well-oiled pirate machine, and it's just like, okay, like not even looking, just going about.
Yeah. And so, Leandre, come help over here.
Can you do anything by yourself?
No. I get lonely and sad.
There's a whole bunch of people around.
Not when it's not my best friend.
Who's that?
You!
Oh, I see.
Leandre doesn't think I'm their best friend.
Well,
This
I,
will
is
continue like this. It'll never
kidnapping
end.
kidnapping part of friendship?
What do you mean kidnapping? You're here.
Yes. That is part of the definition of kidnapping.
Ash, did we kidnap Leonre?
Legally or like spiritually?
What are you talking about?
As this conversation continues in the kitchen, we go outside onto the deck of the ship, which is now underway and moving just outside of the harbor of Scranton Island. And who's actually partaking in Kevin's famous chili? So everyone on the deck of the ship is slurping. It's actually phenomenal. It is warming. It has just the right amount of spice, the flavor. There's a zing on the tip of your tongue that just lingers there for a couple moments after you've swallowed. It's a fantastic pot of chili, and it's still warm, which is possibly the best part. The chili itself is mostly on the table. Like the center of it is is a little bit onto the table, but part of the pot is hanging off. And with each rock of the ship, the top pot kind of goes boom, boom. And as you're all enjoying this beautiful meal, you hear from above you, news! And a white bird with a beak that's way too large swoops down beneath your sails and drops a newspaper. Who catches it?
I'm tall. I'm fast. Cool, more paper to write on.
Whoa. Okay, well, let's see what that says.
I hand it to another
as you-
member.
I think we established in season 1 Esmer cannot read.
Yeah.
I think so. Coralie doesn't know how to read very well, being that they were a snake at one point in their life, surrounded by other snakes. So they'll take the newspaper, but they are going to take a lot longer to read it, and they are going to mispronounce words. But they are also very arrogant, so they don't think they're mispronouncing words.
I'm just over your shoulder, like just quietly, whenever you're like stuck on a word, and just quietly being like, postal.
Yes, like I said, pastel. Yeah. Yes.
And I'll say Nemo's on the other shoulder, just eating chili. Just yeah, that looks like postal.
I think on the left side, my hair is like nibbling into your.
I'm sharing with the snakes.
Yeah. I don't know
That's
how
so
the
cute.
anatomy works with them eating and then that being like my brain area, but here we are.
Jess, I have DM'd you the headline of this newspaper. If Coralie could attempt to read it aloud for the rest of the crew.
Right then. So this says Poneglyph stolen. Yes, Poneglyph stolen. The Lavender Scale Pirates, that's us at large. So, they know about us, friends. We did it. And they'll take their sunglasses down and just kind of brush their hair out of Nemo's bowl and go and stand on the side of the ship and just put an arm out and say, I reckon that a lot of people know about us now, that this postal thing is out. Pretty fun, pretty neat. We've done it, friends. We've done it.
Carly.
Yes.
Are there bounty posters?
Were there bounty posters affixed with that, Dennis?
There are no new bounty posters in the newspaper.
There are none yet, but I'm sure that they're on the way. And I'm sure that there are going to be even more when we dispose of this. You know, I don't like to admit this. I misread that earlier because we have the poneglyph and I said something else. And you guys were probably like, I don't know what King Coralie means. I meant the poneglyph. But we do need to find its gravesite sometime after we've done the impressionism. We should actually probably do that soon.
Now?
I think we should do that now, and then when it's done, we should have a party. And then that can kind of be like its wake before we dump it to its grave. No
Sounds like a
no.
plan.
Exactly. That does sound like a plan. Ugh. Love making plans with you guys. This is so fun.
I guess I'll go get started on that.
Coralie, what do you do with the newspaper?
Well, Esmer said that she wanted to write on it, so I am going to gift it to Esmer to write on.
Oh, thanks. Esmer uses it to scoop up some chili.
Does anyone want to actually read the article?
I would love to read the article.
I hand you a wet newspaper.
Hold it up, two hands, just
God damn it.
It is, there's beans just kind of dripping off of it as you make out at least the first paragraph of an article that appears to be written, the headline article, written about you guys. With the influence of the Paramount War, pirates have become more brazen than ever. A new crew, the Lavender Scale Pirates, infiltrated the Marine headquarters in the South Blue, well outside the boundaries of the Grand Line, and stole a stone cube known as a poneglyph, the most valuable item at those headquarters. This flaunting of the law has inspired other pirates in the area to take up arms against the Marines, who, rumor says, were already short on manpower. The Marines have resorted to hiring mercenaries, a la the Seven Warlords of the Sea, to bring this new wave of piracy under control. Continued on page 7. And Esmer is currently using page 7 as a spoon.
It just tastes so much better like this.
All over, everywhere.
Mm-hmm. I hand it to Ingray so that he can try some too.
Eating. Who do I think is the most responsible of you three? I mean, it's me, but
It's definitely Moppy. Come on.
I was gonna take. I'm gonna take Nemo aside because I've known Nemo the longest, and just point out to him what that first page says, and I'm just gonna be like, that's not good, is it?
I mean, it's not bad either, right? We're like inspiring people. You know what you want to do? Like, you're a lawyer. What's that one fancy word you used that one time? Esquire? It's like a square or something. That's amazing. You're influencing people.
Yeah, I don't. It's making it sound like there's gonna be some people on the level of like one of the warlords of the sea, coming after us. I don't know if I can. I don't know if I can do anything about that.
Well, I mean, you don't have to do it by yourself. We got the whole crew. You can do the big sword swing, and Coralie can captain, and Esmer does great grasshopper stuff, and let's see, Zelio can organize.
We're
Ash can shoot people. We've got it all covered. And Leandre can watch over Moppy for us. Although, you know what? Can I ask you a quick question? Just a quick aside.
Yeah.
Chili's amazing. But does Kevin talk weird? Like, kind of ominous? Like, he's like, enjoy your chili. And I'm like, I will, but why did you say it that way?
A little bit. I feel.
Does anyone want any more chili?
See, it's weird.
Yeah.
You hear?
Why don't you eat some?
From the snakes.
Oh, I'll eat some. And he takes a ladle, fills Ezra's bowl and Corley's bowl, and another one just for him, which he takes directly to his lips and just.
I think he's just weird. I think we're
Just
good
weird, okay.
on the chicken.
What a normal way to eat food.
I think we got it. I think we got this. And Greg, I think this is a good thing.
Right. Well, let's get rid of this poneglyph. Let's do that.
Can I help you in any way?
Yeah, you hold. I'm gonna need someone. It's big. We need someone to hold the paper for me. Let's get working on the imprint.
Amazing. I can do that.
All right. So as Inkray and Nemo go down to start tracing the poneglyph, leaving Esmer and Coralie and Kevin on deck, have there been any developments in the kitchen?
The tea is made, and I have set mugs in front of Leandre and Zelio, and I have also, because I am assuming, there is a gigantic bowl of, like, sugar in front of them as well. And Ash just has, like, a much smaller cup, but is just, like, cleaned up. Like, all of it is very, like, neat. Ash, mind you, Ash is a little bit clumsy, but has learned over time how not to break the dishes. But all of the dishes, like the little teacups, are mismatched because Ash definitely broke a few during that first year. She's just gonna, like, just sip.
Yeah. I think. Wow. Briar has a prop and everything. I think as Zelio is staring directly, it's like a face-off confrontation in front of Leandre. And it's just watching them, seeing how much sugar they add to their tea. How much sugar did Leandre add to their tea?
2 scoops.
Incredible. Another note for the best friend list of things that they know about Leandre. And then just... We have to find a job for you, Leandre, now that you are here.
I don't think so.
Well, you're gonna get kind of bored, I feel like.
I
mean,
can be a professionally pretty person.
Oh, Leandre, that's already my job. No.
No, you like organized stuff, so you like have abdicated your right to be a professionally pretty person.
Exactly. I organize, so I have to organize what you do and with this crew. Yes. So what are you good at, Leandre?
I don't know.
Nothing. You are good at nothing.
Yeah. I certainly I'm good at getting out of situations.
Good at getting out of situations.
Yeah.
Are you stealthy?
I wonder. Yeah. A little
Like-
bit.
if you could put a number between, like, say, 1 and 7, let's say.
What is it? I like a 4 for sneakiness.
Well, that's pretty stealthy. It's pretty stealthy, you know.
That's higher than the average.
Yeah, and you know, if we utilize that stealthiness in any of our future heist-like endeavors. Excellent word, endeavors. Well, then there won't be any like problems afterwards because no one would even know we were there, right? And I know you don't want any problems, do you, Leandre?
What is that? That sounds like a threat, kind of.
Ash is stone-faced.
You and Ash have a lot in common, considering that you are both ex-Navy.
Yes, so much in common. So much. There's so
What-
much ground that we share.
What I want to know, Leandre, is after years of knowing one another,
Yeah.
and you
Yeah.
attempting to get to know me when you were undercover, what is it about the Marines that is so important to you?
Oh, I like rules and structure. Everything happens at the same time every day, usually, unless pirates come along. No offense. Yeah, they say the same thing in the hall every day.
Rules
Just-
and structures.
Yeah.
That's all that you need.
Yeah, pretty much. I don't think you got any of that here, though. You guys are very free spirited. Some of those bohemian types.
We quite literally have a man that writes contracts for a living,
Yeah,
Leandre.
yeah, he does do that.
Here is what I am getting at.
Yeah.
I may joke all I want about you being part of our crew, and of course, Coralie already believes you to be part of our crew. But as much as I enjoy your company, and I would like to see you better yourself, I want to make sure that you are aware that transgressions against the Lavender Skill Pirates will not be tolerated.
No,
Even
I got
even
that.
for dear, dear friends of mine.
Yeah, I got that. If you don't trust me, just trust the fact that I like living a lot.
We know you do.
And I saw a guy cleave a ship in half. So if you don't trust me, it's just that I saw that, and I don't want that happening to me. So at the very least, we have that shared and mutual understanding that I don't want that to happen to me.
That is the
That's-
least. At the very most, I do consider you a friend. And maybe you can take advantage of that.
Are you suggesting that I take advantage of that, or are you?
You're very good at that, aren't you? Taking advantage of situations.
Oh, I wouldn't use that though.
It's not a bad thing.
It feels like a bad thing.
Why?
Don't you have honor among thieves or something?
I'm literally giving you the option to take advantage of it.
All these years of following you around, and I still don't understand you at all.
I'll keep you on your toes.
Yeah. Well, this is pretty good tea, so thanks you for that, even though it was steeped with threats.
Now, I
Makes
wouldn't
it taste
call
all
it,
the better.
I wouldn't call it threats, just sort of general clarifications.
Okay.
There's a slight line of difference, like the difference between pirates and marines. I used to think a little similarly to you that they were very, very different, like opposite ends of the spectrum. But I think most Marines and most pirates would probably agree that, you know, what they want to do is the right thing. And at the very least, I'm here because I know they do. So, if you need to make some rules for yourself to figure it out, well, I'm happy to help you with that. I have
Yeah,
some
like-
of the same language.
Like if the crew had like a schedule, something like that, I think that would really help with the adjustment period.
I'll tell you what, I can't promise that, everyone and all of them will be on that schedule, but I'll at least maintain one. So you won't feel like you're doing it alone.
Kind of sticks out. It's like this long arm for you to shake.
Nash will just return it and grab.
Alright. To deal.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Excellent. Well, now that the supplies have been appropriately organized, let's just sit here and enjoy the tea for a little bit longer.
What's the over-under, do you think, on whether or not they've broken something or knocked something over upstairs? I'm going to say it was 12 minutes before something happened, and I'm going to say Esmer.
I'm going to say 5 minutes. And I will also say Esmer.
Esmer, please make a check to see how long you can last without breaking something.
5.
You last 5 minutes, and I'll let you decide what Esmer breaks.
Guys, what happens if I'm gonna kick the mast real hard?
Make an attack roll.
My unarmed fighting is pretty good.
Why did you choose the mast?
Is my friend, maybe we don't. Coralie will shh.
Bug! Drum! It's a 2. It hits.
As your foot collides with the mast, there is a sickening and a nasty groan of wood, and the mast is intact for now, but there's a perfect footprint on the side.
Esmer's leg, as they kick the mast, is kind of steaming almost from the raw kinetic energy as they slammed into it. And they also notice for the first time that their leg has kind of naturally coated in the black armor that they saw Captain Reed use all those years ago. And they were like, that's new! Maybe I should try it again.
This time, Coralie, I mean, if Esmer does not look like they're going to stop, Coralie is going to take their glasses off and use the Gorgon gaze on Esmer. Because Coralie, 1, doesn't want to die today by drifting below the seawater. 2, doesn't want to take Zelio's wrath. Because this ship comes from Zelio, which comes from Bon Clay. So if when Coralie calls out to Esmer and they don't respond, the glasses do come up.
And they do.
I would also like to intervene at this point. As I see the glasses coming up and the kick coming out, I would like to catch the kick mid-ear and throw the jacket over the head. Everyone just needs to stop.
Hey, I was playing. I
Don't
didn't
break the
actually
shit.
mean to hurt the mast. It's okay. We'll fix it. Leandre,
Don't
we'll fix it.
Break the shit.
When was that in his skill set?
Do you think
Don't
that he
break
can
your
actually do
crewmates.
that?
Hmm?
Do you think that he can actually do that?
Well, he's not good at fighting. So he's gotta be good at something else.
Yeah, and I thought that we decided that they were really good at watching things, like the poneglyph in Moppy.
Oh, I forgot.
Do we have a shipwright? Is that a crew member we have?
I think it sounds like we're about to be on our way to find one. At a different island.
You ever been to Water 7? Me neither.
I
I'm
think
surprised Esmer knows what Water 7 is.
Isn't that on the
Has
Grand
it-
Line?
Esmer gets a nosebleed. The voices happened again.
I think at the sound of the mast cracking, I think Ash just like looks up from her teacup, looks at her watch, and then reaches into her back pocket and just hands Zelio 10 berry.
Thank you. Now I'm gonna go over and see what the hell happened.
The door
You all just hear the
slams
clack,
open.
Clack, 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 clack. Who?
Zelio, you wouldn't
Did
believe
it?
it. A Sea King just kind of leaped out and hit the ship. But then it was very lucky that Isma here was ready to kick it, because it is likely at the bottom of the ocean right now. Isn't that
I'm
right?
in a jacket.
What did Esmer say?
I'm in a jacket because Inkray put their jacket on top of Esmer.
And then Isma needed to lie down and cover up because they got very cold. It was an icy Sea King. Yes. That is what happened. You should go and enjoy your tea with Ash. I'm going to take this chili down to Inkray and to Nemo because they are working very, very hard. Goodbye.
I love how I can stare down a stone sight inclined captain and make them quiver in their boots, knowing that something must have happened and they do not want to tell me. But I will accept your story, Captain.
Good. Because that's my story and I'm sticking to it. Them's the rule and we're the thems and that's that. Goodbye. And they just scurry down.
As you scurry down, you run into where's Nemo right now?
I think we were supposed to go down and start copying the poneglyph, so I think he's just standing there the whole time waiting for Inkray. I just probably been there way longer than I'm supposed to, holding up the piece of paper.
Ooh. With that in mind, yes, I do grab Inkray and kind of drag him down to go with Nemo.
Yep. Sorry.
And
yes,
you
let's
find
get this
Nemo, arms shaking a little bit.
It's way harder than I thought. Holding paper for a long time, eventually it makes your arms tired.
Coralie will give him a bowl of chili, put an arm up to the paper, and then give him the other bowl of paper, and then their hands will be crisscross applesauce, and then they'll really quickly go back to holding it like that and say, you've earned yourself a break, friend. I'll hold. You eat.
I will.
Good work with the jacket. Inkray, you guys can just do the thing that you're supposed to do. Yeah.
Start scraping.
All right. Please make a check to see how well this turns out. and how much paper you have to end up using.
Can
Because
I use an
poneglyphs are quite large.
Now, would you say this is covered
Oh,
by
yeah.
by legalese?
This is not. Sorry.
Yeah. A 9.
You are getting help.
Yeah,
from Nemo.
I have sidekick as one of my talents, and that goes to increase. I only have to burn 1 effort instead of 2.
That's right.
That's okay. I rolled a 9 again.
You can stack it as many times as you
Okay.
want.
Well, I am holding up the paper, so I will use 2 effort to just be like, oh, don't miss the spot, and the spot right
Ripping
there.
holes
Oh,
in the paper.
and they'll just kind of like dance around and like point with their hair to different places.
Perfect. One more die.
A 5?
It's much better. You realize you're not really sure how you missed that many spots. And if you want, you can probably chalk it up to your captain's hair also has eyes and can see spots that you may have missed. But you get a copy of the poneglyph from the Marine headquarters in the South Blue. It ends up being a thick stack of papers, and with a 5, you did remember to say how they all go together at the end, so they can be reorganized to be read. And Nemo, while are you just like sitting in the corner watching them while you
Yeah, I
eat
think, and then
chili?
with that effort, I was like, kind of like doing this, maybe get a little chili on it since it was a 5. Just kind of put, oh, you missed one right there, and just like, yeah, a bean flicks onto it or something. I realized phrasing on that, but
Excellent work there, pointing things out, Nemo. Actually, I think that you are uniquely qualified to help us find its final resting grave. I think that it would be incredibly nice if we found a place for this to sit at the bottom of the South Blue, and I cannot swim, and I don't think that Inkray can swim that far down. But you, on the other hand, might be able to scope out a pretty decent location. That way, if we ever decided that we wanted to pick it up again, maybe we would be able to remember, and then you'd be able to find it. Do you think that, is that asking too much of you?
absolutely not. I could totally do that. Do we need to touch bases with Zelio so we can have a map or something?
That does sound like a very, very good idea. I think, yes, we should. Again, I do want to plan a party, and I do know that you do like to plan parties, and I don't know if that's too much to ask of you. And they'll kind of like twiddle their fingers a little bit, but say, they'll get like a little bit closer to you and say, I'm not putting too much pressure on you, right?
Oh, no. You're the captain. I'm here to serve.
No. This is fine. You're gonna find a perfect place for it. We're gonna have a perfect party, and then we're just gonna go on and have fun. God, I love being a pirate.
It's pretty
Jeez.
awesome.
And then they'll kind of just leave Inkray and Nemo and walk their way up towards where they last saw Zelio. A little apprehensive. Don't know if Esmer and Zelio got to the bottom of what actually happened to the hole, but they do make their way that way.
Is Esmer still under the coat?
I think Esmer found their way out of the coat, and I think they're going to look up at the damage to the mast and just be like, I promise, I didn't think that would happen. I'm a lot stronger than I used to be. And then they're kind of going to just sulk for a minute on the deck, and then eventually go find the captain.
Aw.
after tying a rope around the mast. Does nothing, but they're out of ideas.
Do I find Esmer or Zelio first?
You find Zelio first.
Zelio, my friend, I have just made a big ask of our friend Nemo, and now I'm going to make a big ask of you as well. We are going to find the final resting place for this here poneglyph, and they'll like pretend like it's right next to them, and like make a rectangle with their hand. I would like you to partner with Nemo to make a map so we can drop it to the bottom of the ocean, and if we ever decide that we would like to pick it up, we can then find it. He would go to the bottom for us. You would make the map so we know exactly what landmarks to visit, with the coordinates.
That is a lot of work.
Yes.
Okay.
Is it too much work?
I don't think it's too much work. It's just going to take time.
Well, I think... Especially?
Especially since I think we'll have to wait till the evening so that I have better sights on the star positionings.
Well, we all can also decide, you know, if there's a specific place that we'd like it to rest. It doesn't just have to, like, get thrown overboard, you know? We could also go closer to an island that can help us get that fixed, and they'll point to where the Sea King definitely hurt the ship.
Of course. But we are close enough to Scranton Island that could be a point of reference for us. It is not a bad idea, Captain. It is just simply one that is going to take time. And if we want to have as accurate a reading of the location of this poneglyph when we decide to drop it, I will have to wait until it is clearer at night so that the positioning of the stars is a little bit more clear.
That can be arranged. And like 2 snakes on Coralie's head, like stand up straight and then do a salute to Zelio.
And after all, we are planning a party, correct? For our brand new crewmate.
You'll see as Coralie puts 2 and 2 together, because they were not planning a party for Kevin.
Not for Kevin.
They were planning in their mind, well, not that they're the planner, but in their mind, the party was a funeral for the poneglyph.
Wow, that's crazy. And it's like, and Zelio's like, and it's like, Leandre is part of the crew now, aren't they?
They absolutely are, and you are completely right. We do need to have a welcome party, but you know what? We can combine the welcome party of Kevin and of Leandre, and then we can have a wake tomorrow for the poneglyph, right as ever.
Of course.
Leandre, you and Kevin both overhear this, and he looks over to you and just gives a big...
Leandre falls dramatically to the floor. The dark anime stripes. This is a nightmare.
I think they've come up from below. Like Ash is just standing behind them, looks down, sees them on the ground, just.
Oh, Leandre, get up from the floor. You're embarrassing yourself.
You betrayed me.
Betrayed you. We're planning a party for you.
Oh.
All right, party planning. We'll go into a little bit of a summary instead of scene. What are you doing for this party? You're timing it to be just around sundown when the light is just perfect. So you have about a half a day.
I want to give Briar the chance
to pull out something silly or try something silly as everyone else describes, so that they have enough time to think about it. But Zelio is going to pull Leandre into their cabin because Zelio has a cabin. I mean, outfits. And is going to do a little makeup, giving them a little makeover. But they'll get to choose their outfits. So I wanted
having
to
an Izzy
maybe-
hands moment. Is this what's happening?
Huh?
Is this what's happening? We're having an Izzy hands moment.
Yeah,
So-
absolutely. It is an Izzy hand moment. We're gonna give you a little outfit change. We're gonna put a little makeup. It's just it's Zelio giving a little something for Leander to feel more comfortable, and not have to be in this navy outfit for much longer. And of course, with the hat with their magnificent pirate hat to boot.
I'll sit on that, think about an outfit real quick.
I believe Nemo had a hand in planning the post-Captain Reed party. Does he have any ideas for the Welcome Leandre party?
I think it's I don't know why I had this thought, but like you remember like in second grade when you make like the snowflakes and then link them all together? It's like that. Like and like all the extra paper that was left over because we took so much. So it's these like little paper different snowflakes that are like maybe hanging from the mast and stuff, and then having Esmer like run up and climb up and loop it around something and jump off, and then like Esmer, I saw the Sea King. You should autograph it.
The damage I did to the mast?
Yeah. Like right inside the footprint.
Okay.
Then put Sea King.
That's a good idea, Nemo.
Yeah.
That way they'll think it was a Sea King. And then Esmer pauses and says, "No. I'm pretty powerful and pretty strong, and I need people to know that. I fought a Sea King and almost died, but I lived. I am the Sea King," Esmer writes, instead of signing it the Sea King.
Oh, that's amazing.
"But I can't swim,
Man.
so I'm pretty separated from what they are."
Quick question. Esmer doesn't know how to read. Do they know how to write?
It's an illustration.
Cool.
It's like the big giant ostrich flamingo Sea King, but then it's crossed out, and then it's a little Esmer smiley face with an arrow pointing to it, and then a big circle around it.
I love that. Do you think that Zelio or Ash would have told Coralie about Briar wanting more structure in his life on the ship?
Leandre wanting more structure?
Yes, thank you.
I think maybe Ash will bring it up because
Yes.
Leandre is just doing the Kamabaka Island treatment on Leandre.
Yeah, Ash would definitely be the one to bring it up, and like she would do it while the thing that Ash is doing to like arrange like understanding what is going to be occurring later in the day is Ash is like setting out maps and star charts, and like Ash is clumsy, but Ash is organized, and Ash gets it because Ash spent all that time in the military or in the Navy and had that sort of structure, and even before that wanted to be like in the Royal Guard on her home island. So like this sort of thing, it's like she's just like very quietly like floating around and just setting things up in like the most neat and organized way. But because this is a new thing for her that she hasn't like had time to plan out, anyone else running about doing things, she's definitely run into them like at least once or twice, like physically just like oh god, sorry, and just like going about and like spinning and then just like trying to commit where they're going to memory, but it's very difficult because the way that Ash has learned to operate on this ship is by structuring out the way that everyone does things, and whether they realize it or not, they all have their own internal like structures that she has just like put into her own brain. And I think she's also gonna like write out a little like notebook so that Leandre can read it later and be just like, be aware that every morning, right after the sun rises, Esmer gets up and shouts something at the sun. It's not always the same. Sometimes it's a hello, sometimes it's a promise, and sometimes it's a threat. Just things like that.
Would you share that as well with Coralie, that you're planning to write out the structures of the ship for him?
Yeah, I think she doesn't like detail it as much as that, but she just is like, I know that you're very enamored of the free and breezy sort of thing. So I'll take on this so you don't have to worry about it, and you can get on captaining and all of that.
Actually, Ish, I think there is the captain. I don't love doing this, because I do like people to just be able to decide what they'd like to do. But if they require structure, I am happy to give them a little. And they'll like kind of stand like with their chest out and their shoulders back a little bit, pretty proud of themselves. Kevin, I actually don't know if Kevin would like any structure. I just don't want to eat chili every day. I hope that, there's going to be more than that. But anyway, we're not talking about Kevin right now. We're focusing on Leandre. I think that it would be very good to have someone that is in charge of the snacks. I know that he likes the snacks, and I also like the snacks, and I think that that's something that we can bond over. Anyway, if you could write that down in your structure for them, I would be very appreciative of that. But also, if we could have Leandre in charge of, I think some team bonding could do. And I think what better way to have a pirate crew come together than someone who is new taking charge and saying, I'm here to tell you that we're going to bond and it's going to be fun. Especially because, I don't know, he just kind of seems a little bit, Zelio doesn't like me, Zelio does like me, everyone hates me on this ship. And I think that it would be good for him to take some initiative. What do you think? Is that too much?
think back. Ash thinks back to like every interaction that she's had so far with Leandre. And he's like, we can give it a try.
And what better way to say you are a valued member of this crew than saying, oh, you do not like the thing that I have assigned out for you. That's fine. We can do something else. But then he'll have the structure that he desires and he'll feel valued. Incredible.
I'll pass that along. I don't know where he's got to at this moment. I'm sure they're somewhere around here. But
We cut to Leandre. Where's Leandre?
Leandre's still in the dressing room going, I am the most valued pirate on the seven seas. As he has like big ringlet curls in his hair and a gigantic fuck ass hat with like a peacock feather coming out of it. And it's
Zelio's just finishing up the ringlets, just like, it's perfect. My magnum opus.
Yeah. Like in this Marie Antoinette-ass kind of dress. But it's like open in the front, revealing like these like straight like white pants and boots. So he's genderqueering up this Marie Antoinette dress that's like navy blue and gold trimmings. With this big old
I love this. Zelio finally has someone to share in their gender queerness.
Exactly.
And
Any other-
presenting. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna ask: are there any other ideas, things that people wanted to do for the party?
Yeah. So I think Esmer is going to go to their quarters and rummage around for a number of different things, all in this kind of immaculate chrome box, which does not fit in with any of Esmer's other raggedy belongings, because this was a gift from their brother, who they were reunited with in Campaign 1. And they're going to open it up, and there are a bunch of things on the inside, like there's a ball with a rope attached to it that they would occasionally use to train with, like a larger version of the gift that Kimba gave in Campaign 1. And then also, it looks like a box with some type of lens on it. And Esmer is going to take it on top of the deck of the ship, flip a switch, and then put a piece of paper over the lens, and green light comes out of this projector. And out of all the holes in the paper, it almost looks like wiggling snakes made by this light. I'm thinking a gift that Kimba might have made after being reunited with Esmer and then seeing them off to rejoin the Lavender Scale Pirates. Just like a disco ball of little green snakes through a projector.
It doesn't work too well while the sun is up, but you hold a hand in front of it and you can see, yes, it's working. It's going to be great.
It'll be so cool later.
Any other party ideas? If not, then we will fast forward to party time. We have the string of unused paper cut into beautiful shapes by Nemo, strung between the different masts and beams that are making up the ship. We have a projector waiting there, sort of right above the helm, ready to project things across the sails. And we've got Ash waiting with their wrapped present of the schedules for everyone. And the whole ship is decked out. And while everyone is waiting for Zelio and Leandre to come out of the cabin, Kevin arrives with a giant bowl. He says, "I made cookies."
Oh, he cooks cookies too.
How did he do that on a pirate ship?
Well, you guys got so much stuff, I just figured I'd make cookies.
Excellent.
We do
Thank
have
you,
it.
Kevin, for your contributions. I am incredibly appreciative of that. Welcome aboard, friend.
You're welcome.
We do have a kitchen. I think Esmer just has never been inside it. The food is-
Esmer has only explored like 60% of the ship.
The food just appears, and I don't think about it too hard.
Yeah.
As everyone is standing around eating cookies, Coralie is going to look over on the deck to kind of, it's decorated, but there's not a lot going on in front of them, and they are going to pluck one of the snakes from their hair and say, sorry about this, Sarah, you'll be reunited again. And she's going to take the snake and stretch it out a little bit, and have it bite onto a hold on the left side of the ship and then wrap its tail around the right side of the ship. And they're envisioning playing limbo, and just lowering it down manually as the time goes on. And Coralie will say, have you guys ever played limbo before? Excellent. It's so much fun. And they'll give the instructions on how to play, and then just let folks do as they please as the party goes on. If no one's interested in playing limbo, they play by themselves.
I'm
As
very
we're-
interested to know what Gray's reaction to hearing the rules to Limbo are.
Ingray will give it a go.
How? Where are we putting this
low
bar?
can
It
Go.
starts at like 5-ish foot because that's about as tall as Coralie is, and so that's like where their arms can go.
the only rule is you have to go down, you have to go under the thing without touching the ground with your hands, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Um, I'm gonna I'm gonna just take it like a running start and dive roll underneath the rope, the snake. It's like when it's like a foot off the ground, it's gonna dive roll under the snake.
Amazing. So when we'll play a full game of Limbo, but as Coralie is setting up, there's a knock at the door as Leandre and Zelio are emerging into the party.
I'm assuming this is actually is this all happening on the deck of the ship?
This is all on the deck of the ship.
Okay, got it. Yeah, so there's a knock on Zelio's door, on our door.
You're ready. You're ready to emerge
Okay,
from, and you're just
yes.
announcing it.
Got it. I think Zelio's the first one to step up with a fresh new face of makeup and a different outfit for the party, of course. So it's like, everybody, presenting the newest member of the Lavender Scale Pirates, the one, the only, the incomparable, Leandre Spike.
I think the applause happens but Leandre does not emerge immediately.
Leandre Spike. Leandre, what are you doing?
He's like pressing himself against the wall. I can't do it. I can't do
Why
it.
not? You look you look beautiful and handsome and like a pirate.
Hold my hand.
Okay. Grabs your hand and pulls you in. Where did all of the confidence that we had been talking about go?
We're by ourselves. It's fine.
I think you'll hear a little bit loudly. This is a scheduled event for all Lavender Scale Pirates. Everyone must report to the party.
You see that? It's a scheduled event.
I gotta go. It's scheduled.
Yes.
Just like walk down
It's
the
exactly 1600 hours.
Oh, yeah, that's so true.
Mhm.
Okay.
Get
Still
up there.
holding your hand as he walks into the party on
Yeah.
time.
As you emerge, it's you see all the decorations. As you take your first step over the threshold, the light with the green snakes turns on and just transforms the entire space into this beautiful partying atmosphere. There's cookies, there's other snacks that Kevin has prepared, set out across all different areas of the ship so you can wander and mingle and get to know your new crewmates.
We'll do the mingling poorly, but they're out there.
I would also like Leandre to
Mhm.
please make a check to see like how much of all of this you take in visually.
Me go blanking. If I don't know what kind of check, I just do it.
It's a D10 base, yeah.
But I'm like, I don't know what this would be. Where's this godforsaken D10? Okay, that is a 10.
The lights and the noise and the decoration and the ship transformed into an unfamiliar space is heartwarming but also extremely overwhelming. And so I think as you like turn away from it to get a brief moment of respite, you turn to look at the sunset, something familiar, something that you see every day, something that you know. And as you do, you see a ship on the horizon as the sun sets, approaching all of you. And it is clearly a pirate ship waving a government flag.
Leandro just has like the biggest sigh. All the curls deflate from his hair. The feather droops.
No.
um, Captain,
Yes, Leandre.
there's an unscheduled event approaching on the horizon. I feel
That's
like you should know
simply
about it.
unacceptable. We are a very scheduled ship here, and Coralie doesn't realize that he is bringing up like a very real concern. Coralie is like, "Hi, you're part of the crew, and we do scheduled things now, and isn't that right, my good friend?"
No, like that on like literally on the horizon.
And they look over, and they see. Does Coralie put two and two together that this is very likely a warlord?
A warlord or hired something or other. It's a government flag, and as the article you just read described,
Well, did they just
the government
read
don't
that?
like you.
Or did they read the title
The article
and say,
that
"Wow,
you
we're so cool"?
had interpreted for you.
Cool. Well, my friends, it would seem like we have some party crashers that would like to come and do the limbo, but the joke is on them. They cannot. And Coralie will look over to Zelio. Does Zelio meet their eye?
Yes, I mean we're the moment that Leandre was like pointing in the direction, Zillia was looking out as well. It's like,
So as
yes.
Zelio meets Coralie's eye, Coralie will give just their cheeky little grin and say, Zelio, would you like to do the honors, friend?
Oh, everyone, do their processions. Do the cannons.
And that we will take our break for this evening.
All right, friends, make sure while we're going and getting water and eating food and doing a shrimp check that you're doing the same, because when we take care of ourselves, you also should take care of yourself. We will be back in 10 short minutes to kick some fucking butt. Bye. Hello, everyone, and welcome back. We are so thrilled that you are here with us for Season 2, Episode 2, Part 2 after the break. This is truly our golden anniversary. We're thrilled that you are here with us, the Lavender Scale Pirates, as we continue sailing the South Blue. I think that I've done enough talking now. I want to kick it over to Dennis for a little recap of the first part of this episode before we get into combat.
It's party time! So our crew has been putting together a party and also copying their poneglyph with paper that they didn't raid, didn't pillage, didn't steal from last episode. And the copy has been made and completed. There's been discussion of dropping the poneglyph somewhere where they can go back to it and get it if needed, but getting it off the ship, please. And then the adorable little former Marine from the Marindom. And everybody is in get up. There's cookies, there's snacks. Kevin made lots of different things for the crew, but now there's a new problem. Another ship with a government flag, and it's a pirate ship, meaning that what they read in the article of the newspaper this morning, that the Marines are hiring pirates to chase down other pirates, is absolutely true. And one of them has found our crew upon the Lavender Scale Pirates. So as the other ship runs from the setting sun into the vicinity of our players and our characters, what is the first thing that happens after Zelio yells, "Everybody to the guns"?
So we were talking about this in intermission. I've decided let's just go with it. In between like the day and the party itself, Ash had changed into a sundress. Ash had this lovely lilac floral printed sundress and this cute hat, and she was having a lovely time. She had a little drink. She was like ready to do limbo, even though she was gonna knock that fucking bar over instantaneously because she's clumsy as hell. And now she hears that as soon as she knows that there's a pirate ship, she's just like, God damn it. And she like turns over to Esmer and is like, Esmer, would you be a dear and hold on to this for me? And hands her her drink for a minute, and then sprints down to her cabin to come back to get her rifle and come back. And as soon as she does, she just posts up on the, I assume we're being chased, so on the stern with her rifle, and is like scoping to see if she can make out anyone on top of it, like on the ship, that she either recognizes as Marine or pirate.
Go ahead and make a check to see who or what you recognize aboard this approaching vessel.
So I have keen sense vision and night vision. So I have roll good eyes.
Roll good.
Roll good. What is the advantage spend for effort again on before the roll?
If you you can wait until after the roll to do it, but you spend 3 effort to give yourself another die, or an ally can spend 2 effort to give you another die.
Okay. I'll wait till after I roll. And one last bit of flavor. She's still, even though she's changed into a sundress, she's still wearing that vest, that like purple vest with stripes over it. That's just, she's always wearing that thing.
Amazing.
That is a 6.
I'll
We're back.
spend some
You see
Some
effort.
effort, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
I was
wow.
gonna-
Right.
Oh. The effort off.
All right,
Would
let's
you-
do, so both Esmer and Zelio are helping with this. First, let's do Zelio. How are you helping?
I think, let me see. I think noticing that Ash also put on a sundress and was dressing up, Zelio says, "You know, something about you in that dress looks right. exactly like what you're supposed to look like. I'm sorry, am I distracting you?
Are you maybe a little
Try again, look
like
again.
blinks and is just like shakes, just has to like shake herself out of it. That one's a 2.
Oh, with a
Charmed
2,
into success.
Esmer, did you also want to help and see if there's a chance
the
of
two,
critting?
the two's fine. Let's go with the two.
All right. With a 2, you do see there are several deckhands aboard the ship. You can instantly tell by their getup. They're not wearing anything special or colorful. Nobody has different colored hair. It appears that most of them are just goons. But there is one at the helm of this ship who has this weird blur about him. It's like and almost a green sheen. You can't tell if it's like spikes or something else, maybe like seaweed. And you look at the ship itself and the flag, the pirate flag underneath the government flag. And with a 2, you do recognize, and you only know him by reputation, but this is the eater of the grass fruit and leader of the grass pirates.
Plants. Why is it always plants? All right. It's gonna lean back over. Grass pirates. Nasty bit of work.
Looks like it's time to smoke some grass.
Yeah.
What is everybody else doing?
Well, grass is very flammable, so I say blow them to pieces.
Yeah, I feel like Leandre's already at the cannon because that's where he was told to go, and he's already loading one up.
And please describe for us how Leandre in his current outfit looks loading a cannon.
Sexy? I don't know. Flouncing down the stairs like a princess with the. She runs down the stairs to the cannon.
Amazing. Truly the only word for it.
Has like one healed boot up on the side of the cannon. She loves it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing. Is anyone else not going to the cannons?
I love how we're getting Keira Knightley with Ash, but then Jack Sparrow with Briar.
Yeah, if you put Jack Sparrow in a dress.
The two in a dress.
Contrary to recent feats, I am best at hand-to-hand range and famously not very good with things in the distance. So I will wait until they are closer. I will just sword in hand.
How far are they away, would you say?
Almost within cannon range.
Yeah.
Further than long distance.
Yeah,
Further than long range mechanically.
Yeah, I also do better when it's close, and I'm also kind of just a useless captain. So I am just going to stand around looking at everyone so proudly. Zelio just tells them what to do so well, and they listen so well, and that makes King Gorley so happy.
Personality higher.
They will, however, look for some matches and like a little bit of kindling with a stick. They have something that they'd like to try, but they're not going to worry any of the people who are, doing things right now that are actually going to definitely help. So they're captaining.
Esmer's
All
standing
right,
on deck,
you
ready to kick
easily
cannonballs.
find what you're looking for. Go ahead, Esmer.
Standing on deck, ready to kick cannonballs or give the captain or Inkray an airlift if they need.
I think Nemo's going to run to the helm. Has Moppy jammed so that he could party. He's going to pull out Moppy. Sorry, Moppy, we've got some fighting to do. And Moppy's like, "Pero la fiesta, que vamos a hacer la fiesta? Don't worry, we're going to party with Leandra." And then throws Moppy down and then starts spinning the helm to kind of angle the ship to have a direct shot.
Amazing.
For clarification, does Nemo also do the voice?
Yeah, it's like, "¿Qué vamos a hacer con la
Okay,
fiesta?"
I was like, does Moppy speak?
No.
And I was
No.
like,
We
I have
believe
missed
really
out on
hard.
significant lore about Moppy being sentient. Okay.
That mop has eaten the ombre fruit.
Me and Dennis are going to talk after this session. Hold on.
Julie, Julie can't keep getting away with
Oh, yes, and has led me to so many regrets. So the ship is finally within cannon range, and for those of you who are on the cannons, I would like each of you to please roll a d10, unless you have something that says you're good at doing cannon stuff.
I say that I am assisting Leandre, since Leandre is someone that needs guidance and direction. I think what Zelio does is essentially provide them a cadence for when to like load, reload, but like fire, like load, aim, fire, reload, like so on and so forth. Essentially, kind of helping out.
It's a 4 for me.
When is cannon range still too far for Ash, or
Normally I'd say yes, but Ash's rain is fucking insane. So,
shooting level 7.
So how many further beyond long range do you get now?
Okay. Let's see. Creatures in 1 zone. 2 zones.
Because at some point, sharpshooter
zones.
just gets dumb.
3 zones beyond weapon's normal range, and this is a long range weapon.
Right. So that's a total of 6 zones, which is about you can hit the ship from here.
Fantastic. Let's go for a repeat performance of what we did last time. Let's go and try to blast the helm with a little bit of a energized projectile.
All right.
That is a 5. I'm going to go ahead and spend 3 effort to do it again.
Okay.
Nope, not better. 5.
With a 5, you see with your eagle eye, you see the bullet fly, a small sphere straight towards the helm, on track to do exactly what it's supposed to do. But the strange man at the helm holds a hand out in front of it, and the hand is covered in a black sheen, and it just he catches the bullet.
Oh, you son of a... Just...
Fire! And all of the guns go off. That's a 4 from Leandre. What did everybody else get on the guns?
Is there anyone else on the gun?
I was gonna say, I think Zelio said everyone to the guns, and then everyone did everything but go to the guns.
Yeah, everyone went to their positions. Everyone knows where their positions are. I think again, everyone to the guns means just Leandre, and everyone knows where to go.
Leandre's nickname is going to be Everyone by the end of this episode. The single gun manned by Leandre fires and finds its mark, but does almost nothing to this hulk of a ship as it fires a full battery at you. And pieces of railing go flying. Holes are torn in the sails. Your ship doesn't take on any... those of you in the gunhold know that the ship didn't take on any serious damage, but this is going to take a while to fix at the very least. And now it is pulling up alongside you, and the men on deck are yelling, "Ah! Ah!" ready to jump aboard your vessel.
Quick question. How many people are on the deck?
You count at least 6.
Excellent. I'm just gonna high five Jake, Nemo, and I'm just gonna jump onto their ship.
The both ships change how they're sitting in the water as a result of your movement. And as you land on the second one, it bounces slightly in the water, and half of them turn to face you. And with Ink Gray on the opposite deck, it is time for everybody to please roll a reaction check as combat starts in earnest.
Woohoo!
D10, right?
Ooh, not so
Yep,
good.
and I will ask for them in but a moment.
I hope everybody else rolled well, because I did not roll well.
At this point, I think it should just be expected that I don't roll well. I think historically, I get one good one like every session, and that's it. And I've burned mine already, so...
Oof.
All right, starting at the top, anybody with a 10, 9, 8.
8 for Esme.
Is our reaction like who starts first? Like 1, 2, 3, like
You want to roll low, so
you wanna roll low. Okay,
whoever
got it.
called out last will go first.
Got it. Okay.
So that was 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Damn. 2, 1. And that is the opposing captain that goes first.
Yeah, figure.
You will fall at the hands of Estelio, the grass pirate. And as he raises his arms, you see he just looks like he's wearing a ghillie suit. And the grass is like limp and falling, but it's not in an ugly way. It's like it's intentional and groomed, and he is going to hold up a hand, and in the middle of your ship, the wood sprouts 2 tufts of grass as these giant green golems arise from your own vessel. And that is his turn. That is Zelio next.
Okay. So is he on the our ship now, from what you were saying?
All the enemy, everybody is on their own ships except Inkray is on the opposing ship, and there's 2 grass golems on yours.
Okay. Wait, there's 2 grass golems in ours. Okay. I would say that I'm, just to keep it honest, I'm down on the gun hold with Leandre. I think Zelio is going to just shit. You stay here. Stay safe to Leandre, and then starts just booking it to the deck.
To the deck.
Mhm.
Yeah. You were by the stairs already, so with one with your movement for your turn, you successfully get to the deck and still have an action.
Oh, perfect. Okay. Zio is going to. They have their serrated whip. So they are going to attack. And I'm trying to remember and find the rules about like I'm assuming I just roll a D10 with any
unless you have like melee weapon training or something along those lines.
I do have weapon training. And I can attack with exotic weapons. So I was just trying to find on the
serrated whip in the rules.
Not the serrated whips. Oh, my notes say exotic weapons, but I think they were there was an update that it's rare weapon.
Ah,
I'm not
that's
mistaken?
right. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so then I may use a D10. I think I have rank
Perfect.
2. Okay. Yeah, for the closest one that is on the ship of these creatures.
Yep. You
Zelio
can reach
is
one of the grass golems.
Yes, Zelio is going to essentially take out their serrated whip, and they whip it at one around the grass golem's legs. To try and I'm not trying to pull it, but I am trying to sort of try and what is the word? Maybe
Restrain
knock
it.
it over, like not even restrain it, like
Trip it.
Trip it, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and make your attack roll.
Okay, that is a 3.
That's good. That hits.
Nice. I don't remember how damage works, but I hit.
No rolling for damage. It is
Mhm.
just 1 damage for the hit, an extra 1
Hell
for
yeah.
a crit, an extra 1 for type of weapon, an extra 1 for... You just count up by ones. So in this case,
Cool.
nothing was added, so it's just 1 damage.
Cool. Huapow.
All right.
Yeah.
As the whip slices through the air, you see a chunk of grass and soil go flying across the deck of the ship, and we move to Inkray, who's already aboard the enemy vessel. And appeasing the mute gods.
I'm just gonna start swinging at people.
So true.
Oh, amazing. All right, make your attack roll.
I have. What do I roll? No, it's not the right one. D8. I rolled a 3.
A 3 hits. And as you please describe for me how you just eviscerate this goon.
I think it's in One Piece when they're just fighting goons and there's not even a flourish to it. It's literally just a chop and move on, like Luffy punches someone and moves on. It's just that. It's just a quick flash of the blade, move on to the next one.
Exactly. And we move on to Nemo.
Yeah, would Nemo be close enough to get to the other grass golem from the helm?
Yes, definitely.
Okay, so then, yeah, you'll be like, sorry, Moppy, I guess you're in charge again. And then runs up and kind of like sees it, looks at it. It's like, I have to say this. It's been a while since I touched grass. And well, like, stands up and then fishman boxing, peekaboo uppercut, and comes in almost like a boxer, like Mike Tyson in a peekaboo stance, and then just goes for the uppercut using natural.
All right. Hell yeah. Go ahead and make your attack roll.
The 4.
4 hits, collides with a solid mass as this golem. But you have, I assume, sparred with Inkray, so you're no stranger to fighting things double your height.
Yep. Yeah, and then kind of like as he goes up, the hockey coating comes into play. Just probably like for flavor, right? So.
Fist encased in hockey. After Nemo is the goons. And Inkray is the immediate target. And all of them swarm to you. I need you to make 3 avoid checks.
2, and 3.
No way. You avoid all of them. As
Excellent.
you at all, I think all 3 of them come down with their blades simultaneously on you. And question, do you have hockey?
Yes.
Doesn't even matter. As your hockey activates, all 3 blades just ting, and all 3 guys get thrown back to the edges of the ship.
I also have 5 levels in parry and counter, so I can expend 2 effort. I have 4, so I'm going to do that twice to make attacks against the people who attacked me.
Oh shit.
Oh my god. What broken ass character have you built?
I rolled a 3 and a 1.
Both of those hit.
Let's keep it up.
Describe for me how 2 of the 3 guys that just attacked you are defeated.
I think I just tank the 3rd guy's weapon, and I step back and I just let them stab each other.
Amazing. And they are both gone. There are 3 more of them, though. And the 3 more are going to be shooting at Ash and Nemo and Esmer. I'd like the 3 of you to please make avoid checks.
Mm-hmm.
This is still D10, right? Unless we have another ability.
Yep.
How does a 4 do for you?
It's a 4.
Oh no, Dan.
And 2.
That's a 10.
Dodge melee only works if they miss, correct?
Yes. And
Okay,
this
that-
is also a long range attack. It is not melee.
Oh, that's right. Okay, that's a 10. That's a 10.
Ooh,
Oh,
no.
wait. Hold on a minute. Did they?
Uh-huh.
Can they do what I do? Can they put hockey in their bullets?
We're about to find out which
Wha-
of you 3 has hockey.
All of us have hockey.
Please describe for me, each of you, one at a time, what it looks like as all of you activate your hockey and the bullets just reflect off.
Damn.
This is the first time Esmer's gone full half Zoan grasshopper mode since the time skip, and their armor has improved. Their skin sprouts platelets, but the platelets now extend up their neck and cover the front of their mouth like a mouth guard, and they kind of squat down, entering kind of like a common rider, like Super Sentai suit a little bit. And with the flares of hockey around the hands and feet, there's like a mix of like the brown grasshopper platelets and then the black traces of hockey, and they just they kind of power up and deflect the bullets at the same time. And Esmer is now armored, serious mode.
I think I'd like to flavor this not as color of arms, but as observation. And that as it flies in, Ash, like, seeing that, like, she could steel coat, but it would ruin the dress. So instead, she just kind of, like, takes, like, she was going down barrel to aim, just kind of, like, slides her hip out of the way, and just looks back with this look of just like, oh, you're gonna get it now.
Amazing. And Nemo?
And Nemo, I think it will look like Nemo actually got shot in the face as he kind of recoils and like a poof of smoke goes around his head. And then as the smoke fades, his shark teeth turn back into white as he spits out the bullet. It's like, this is not delicious at all. And just throws it off the...
Amazing. It lands in the water with a little... And we move from them on to Coralie. You're up next.
I think that Coralie looks across the scene and they see the other captain doing their silly little grass stuff. And they hold out a pretend notepad and say, yeah, Estelio, I actually don't see you on the invite list for this party, my friend. I think that you guys need to kindly fuck out of here. And they lift their sunglasses up to try to activate Gorgon's gaze. So I will roll for that. It's a D4 now. It's at level 6, and I rolled a 3.
Oh.
So
That is a success. And you're targeting the captain, right?
yeah, I'm targeting Estelio, and so I assume that they're like mid-range from me at this point, right?
Yeah.
So that works with mid-range, and they just can't move until the end of my next turn. They can still attack and take other actions, but they are frozen in place. But when I succeed on this on my next turn, that's a different story. So why don't you stay put right here for a little bit until we can take care of you? And they'll just kind of like flap their hand away. I will say Coralie was intending to take a snake out of their hair and slingshot it into the sails of the other ship with a lit stick of matches. But they're going to kind of like pat their hair and say, all right, Bartholomew, you'll still get your chance later. We'll set it ablaze, don't you worry. And that's their turn.
Amazing. With the captain's feet frozen to his own deck, we move to Leandre, who's still in the gun hold.
Yeah, I was thinking of the lines of fire as well. I don't want to somebody was toast, but let me know if I could do this. But like the idea was, I know I was told to stay in place, but I was also told to stay safe. So this seems still in the parameters of the instructions that I was given. But to like go to the kitchen, get like a bottle of alcohol, and just like soak like cloth in it and like wrap that around a cannonball. Set that cannonball that's wrapped in cloth on fire with a match and stuff it in the cannon to shoot at the sails. And I was wondering if that would count as an improvised weapon.
Oh,
A Molotov
absolutely.
cocktail.
I will say, since you
Uh-huh.
are in the gun hold and the kitchen is on deck, I will allow you to spend this whole turn setting that up.
All
because
right.
that's going to be fucking massive on your
Okay.
next turn.
Amazing. Okay.
So Leandre just sort of like in this absolutely gorgeous dress, just running around the ship, not fighting.
Help is on the way, dear. Help is on the way.
It's gonna be worth it.
Let's see. Next is Ash.
With Captain, what's his grass? Frozen? Does that mean that he doesn't get his normal avoid? If I
That is correct. That's actually a mechanic of Gorgon's Gaze.
that is
How interesting.
so fucking interesting. Ash has like Ash like unloaded the chamber after her first shot didn't go through, and you see her like pull out the next bullet from like the, let's say she stores them on like the rear of the rifle, just pops one out, and you see it as it's in her fingers just start to glow purple as she puts it into the chamber, loads it down, takes aim at him, and is like, catch this, you motherfucker. And that is a 2.
We're actually kind of
That-
scary, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, y'all are fucking terrifying. That is absolutely a hit. And you deal extra damage with this?
No. I think initially in the original version, Energized Projectile was a lot stronger. Now it's just like a harmless effect, but it is the color of that plus like I have hockey is the idea behind it.
Right.
I'm
right.
gonna have to level that up for
Absolutely.
it to be more damage.
He turns he goes full color of arms, and his entire body goes black and rigid, and you hear that ringing out that happens when people activate color of arms. And the bullet just cracks and pierces right through it into his chest. And he does take damage from that. Esmer's up next.
I can move 2 combat zones and I can fly. I am crouching my legs, building up power, kicking off the deck, swirling in the air in my Esmer armored mode, and then coming down on his head with a kick. And I will roll a d8 to do that. I will expend effort to roll that again. 3 effort. There we go. 3 to hit.
All right. 3 does hit the captain. Go ahead and roll damage.
Roll damage? Isn't it just...
Or sorry, no, yeah, this is not D&D. You don't have to roll damage. You deal damage.
Yep.
You take he takes another 1 as you slam into him, creating another crack in his color of arms.
Yep. As I swirl through the air and I come down, my legs get coated completely in hockey, and I say, "Bug, bug, nitro mallet!" slamming down on him. As I land in a 3-point stance in front of him, Esmer looks up, face partially covered in this platelet mask, and they just say, "Your grass is ass."
It is now the grass golem's turn. One of them is going to turn around and with both fists come down on Nemo. And as they do, they also get color of arms.
Oh.
And Nemo, I need you to make an avoid check for me.
That's 6.
That is not quite enough. You take 2 points of damage as these fists collide with the top of your head. You feel the wood of the deck of the ship crack slightly under the weight. But you are definitely still standing. The other one is going to put its arms at its side and sink into your vessel.
Just to make sure,
And it
one of them was tripped because of Zelio. It was trapped around there.
That's true. There is a like ankle, essentially something wrapped around its ankle on the one that attacked Nemo.
Okay. Got it.
The other one is it sinks into the deck of the ship and reappears right next to its captain, and a fist swings at Esmer. Please make an avoid check as this thing comes and protects its creator.
Well, I rolled a 6. I have
Still not
powered
good enough.
deflection, so I can expend 2 effort to negate all damage from this attack.
What does that look like?
The fist comes at me, and I windshield wiper my leg. The hockey clangs against it. That red lightning appears, and then I kick it back to the ground. And I say, "You've got to do better than that against the Lavender Scale Pirates."
The golem stands there, and it doesn't appear to have heard you. You're not sure if these things are capable of language, but it does turn and looks directly at Captain Corley and makes eye contact with you, completely blocking the captain from view. Next up is the captain himself, still stuck to the ground. Oh, God damn it. This is a problem. And as he bends his arm like a whip, and it suddenly goes rigid as a single large blade of grass turns into the blade of a sword. And he swings at Esmer.
Yep, go for it.
You're the only one within melee range.
That time, it's a 3.
And a 3 is enough. You manage to deflect this blade to the side before it is able to find purchase. That is his turn, Zelio.
Zelio is going to, with the one that they have wrapped with their whip, noticing the way that
not
this
moving.
one, noticing the way that it is trying to attack their shipmates. Zelio is going to book it and just run, and they're going to use hockey. They're going to focus hockey onto their legs, essentially to propel them with strengthening the muscles so that they're able to dash with this thing and then drag it through the ground of the ship away from Nemo, and also try and jump over to Inquiry's side. If that's possible. If that's too much, let me know what works and what doesn't.
Okay, yeah, so you real quick run a lap around this thing, letting more of your serrated chain out so that it can wrap it up. And then you jump and fully pull taut. So this is all movement. You are able to easily get to the other ship, but as you turn and yank, I need you to make a check to see if you can move this golem.
Yeah. Essentially just dropping it to the ground and dragging it along. That is a 1.
The golem's feet are yanked out from under it, completely separating it from the deck of the ship, and wham! It lands on its back and is dragged up against the railing. There is now you on one ship, the golem on the other, very little serrated chain between you, holding the two ships together.
Yeah, okay.
It is also going to, because it's a serrated chain, I'm going to have it take a damage from that, because there's no way it's not. There's no way it's getting away from that
Nice.
unscathed.
So,
Inkray,
I don't know.
you're
I
up.
don't know what it means on a critical hit on an attack with a whip. You can cause the target to drop one object it is holding. I don't know if it's holding anything, but
It's not holding anything.
no, I didn't think
hopes
so.
and dreams.
Hopes and dreams.
Yes, I am. I would like to. So Zelio's next to me now.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna turn to Zelio. I'm gonna go help Ismir. You're good here?
I was coming to help you. You're leaving me with all of them?
I mean, I can take some of them out before I go. If it helps.
Yes, please.
Okay. I will swing at one of the fodder.
I imagine these swings are happening as this conversation is happening. You just kind of
Oh,
have
yeah.
holding one of them and swinging swords at the others.
4.
That is another hit and another goon gone. Do you want to move, or are you staying right there to help out over here?
I think I will move, and if there's such a way that I can move, where I'm between Zelio and the bulk of the soldiers.
All right, yeah. Interpose yourself between them. Got it. All right. After Inkray is Nemo.
Okay. So just get a picture. Zelio's on the other side with the chain still wrapped around the golem on our side.
Mhm.
Okay. So then Nemo is kind of gonna have the anime head down, shadow over the eyes, as you see the blood trickle down from his forehead, and I'm just gonna. I try to be nice. I try to clean up my appearance, and he's gonna wipe the blood, and is just going to turn around and almost looks like he gets a little bit muscular, and use my stab to have a shark feeding frenzy and finish off the golem.
Yo.
Oh my god. How
It's
are
just
you using stab? Is this just an auto crit?
Yeah, I wanted you to do auto crit, and then
Hell
in
yeah.
the first season where it just looks like bloody water, and it just has that feeling of Shark Week feeding frenzy, as all of a sudden it's just out of the red, the jaws come out and just
There is suddenly this blur of what you turn into. You can't even see just lines streaking across this golem's body as there's a mix of blood and grass suffusing the air around you. And after you deal an automatic 2 points of damage to this thing, it falls to its knees and face plants into the ground and fades back into just a mound of soil. Amazing.
Ooh.
The goons are up next.
The goons.
The goons. And they see Inkray's a serious problem. A very serious problem. They cannot get to Zelio. And their captain is the most powerful of them, could possibly need help. So that's going to be 3 attacks against Inkray.
Who has hockey?
That is true. You do still have hockey, and they're still attacking you.
I like how
They
it's, you do
do
still
not.
have hockey.
Yeah. So as you deflect 3 more attacks, describe for us what happens to these poor guys.
Oh, muted.
Not the mute fruit.
Muted again. Ah. Have we made that joke yet? We have to have, right?
Probably.
Still can't hear you, Lou.
This is too
There you
good.
are. There you are.
I don't have any effort left, so I can't do the counter attack part of that anymore.
All right, they
Wait, but I'm your sidekick, and I can expend one
Just
effort.
wail.
Wait,
Right.
what?
I have sidekick, so I can spend one effort to help you out.
Oh,
Mechanically that won't work. It has to be It has to be Inkray's action.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You can use what you're thinking of is the action encourage, where you give your effort to someone else. But in this case, 3 swords just shatter against your shins, essentially. All right, that's the goons. Coralie, you're up, but you've lost sight of their captain.
Okay, so there's a big silly golem just standing in the way. But
Yes,
there
there
is
is.
space in between them. And I am within mid-range, so I am going to get closer to where I can see them. And if that means I'm 10 feet away, so be it. But I am closing the distance, and I'm walking calmly and confidently. And I think at this point, my snakes have let themselves out of their braid. Do I get to a point where I can see the Estelio? Was that his name?
The captain of the Grass Pirates, yes.
Do I get to a point where I can see him eye to eye?
No. The golem is wide enough and protective enough because it's literally Estelio trying to hide himself from your view. You could dash and get around to see him, but you wouldn't have an action left.
So he can attack us and move a golem at the same time? Okay.
It's like I need to throw actually super fucking powerful people to have a chance against you guys.
Dang. Someone, you sound a little like mad about maybe you should talk with the game's creator
Yeah.
about that.
You know what? I will write a strongly worded letter. Thank you for the suggestion.
Then I am going to take Bartholomew out of my hair, light the match, and put a little piece of, like, not necessarily grass, but like things that start fire. I have some paper and a stick, and I'm going to say right then, Bartholomew, you know what to do. And Coralie is going to take aim with this slingshot and just blink, send it right towards the grass golem that is in front of them, because this is a golem made of grass.
Yes, it is a golem made of grass. Dink. Please make an attack roll. This is mostly, you definitely hit. This is mostly to see if it catches.
I rolled a 3.
As the snake lands, begins to burrow itself inside the golem's body, and you can see smoke begin to rise from out of its eyes and mouth, and a glowing you can see from between the blades of grass on the inside as it just starts running around this flaming golem, lighting everything on the ship on fire. It does take 1 point of damage.
It's
And
pretty
that was its
close
last
to
point
its
of health.
captain, right? Do you think maybe that it
Yeah.
would bump into the captain, perhaps?
You know, it would, but because of the captain's hockey, the captain does not catch fire.
Okay. All right. I think with that,
I see you towing that line. I got my eye on you.
I think Coralie says, so then, Estelio, I heard you were the grass pirates, is that right? Because right now it smells more like the S pirates. Huh. Funny how that works.
Haha.
There, he was about to have a retort, but Esmer interrupted. After Coralie is Leandre. We know what happens on Leandre's turn.
It will all go boom.
Yeah. Is this a stab appropriate event?
For people who have 3 points of
All
stab,
events are stab
everything.
appropriate events.
Do it, do it.
But yeah, would set up some type of system in which all of the cannons that we have will go off at the same time alongside the special improvised weapon one towards the center of their ship.
And Leandra
So-
doesn't know that Zelio's on the ship.
No! Zelio, no! Why'd you go over there?
And Dinkray.
You no. Okay,
And
so I'll do the
Esmer,
one
can
just
find
at the
almost
match.
No, do it. No, no, no. Do it.
No
Do
turning
it.
back
Do it.
now.
I'm,
Do
dir-
it.
I'm
No
directing
turning
this at the sails. I said that at the last turn. They're directed at the sails.
All right. In the spirit of stab,
Mhm.
you get whatever you want with this,
Yeah.
essentially.
I want
So
those
as
sails
you-
on fire.
We get this sort of real quick anime moment where the only animations you see are doing one thing to this cannon, another thing to this cannon, another thing to this cannon, and when you're done, all of them are tilted upwards, and there's a string tying all of them together, and you're at the end, and you just yank it, and all of them
Let it rip.
and the opposite ship is just eviscerated, cut almost cleanly in half, and starting from the center, in the center mast, your flaming cannonball hit an oil lamp and is just this ship is going to be sinking in like a round.
Get off the ship. Get off the ship.
The quietest little.
This is Briar. Get off the ship.
I just imagine.
Everybody's shell shocked.
I imagine Leandra is so proud of themselves.
As he should be. They are doing an amazing job.
Because why would you go to the other ship, Ange? We've been through this before. This is eerily reminiscent of another campaign that we have been in where you were also a pirate who went on another ship for no apparent reason.
Never punished. Never punished.
The tea continues to steep
Don't,
itself.
don't give me that! You fought a whole entire Navy armada by yourself who tried to
Okay,
take
and
out
I
them,
won. Okay.
and then swam back by yourself. Don't give me that shit.
All right, Ash, you're up.
I think Ash had been like loading another bullet and just like the force of every cannon going off at once. I imagine that our ship just kind of goes like over to one side and then like comes back over, and Ash just looks at the other ship that is now exploded. She's like, what the fuck just happened? All right, same thing. Glowing bullet locks and loads, and just is gonna re-aim the goons. Nobody's harmed by the goons. They don't have hockey. They're scrubs. The grass monster is on fire and quickly becoming ash. Not other like burning to ash. I'm in regret, and it's just like, all right. He's still fucking stuck there. Let's go. Eat another one. She's gonna try and shoot right in that same cracked hockey bit right there in his chest.
Amazing. Take your shot.
That's not enough. I'm spending 3 effort.
3 more. Wow, you guys have so much effort.
That's a 3. So fun fact, almost all of my leveled up points have gone into effort and not health, which almost cost me with Pine Boy. But also, I just also reread that when you miss an attack, you get back +1. effort.
Yep.
And I forgot that last
Every
time
failed
too.
check, you get 1 effort.
Yeah. So in a sense, he did this by catching my bullet before, and I'd like to think that this is his karma. That is a 3.
And that is absolutely a hit. Another bullet goes inside the old bullet hole without even touching the sides, and just right further into his chest. He takes another point of damage. But this guy is not a captain for no reason.
Why
Next up,
do they always got to be plants?
Esmer.
Ship's going down. I'm just gonna hold him here as long as I can. Let's just go ahead and attack again. Ooh. So unfortunately, it's a 6, so it's a miss. I do like a big sweeping kick against him. Doesn't connect. I get an effort back, which is nice because that means I can power deflection again. And I'm just gonna say, bye. And I'm gonna zoop backwards and land next to Zelio, so Zelio can grab onto me if need be, and we can just fly over to the other ship.
Amazing. Landing next to Zelio. Next up would normally be the grass golems, but they're both gone. One is Pace, the other is Ash. Bringing us back to the top with the captain himself. And he is going to... he looks at... Well, no, Corley's not on that ship. He is going to look at you, Incray. If I'm going down with my ship, I won't be the only one. And he moves his hand again, and you feel vines out of the ship begin to wrap around your legs. I need you to make an avoid check.
You're muted.
Your mic.
Put it again. Hell yeah. Is this against melee?
No, this is not melee.
5.
I'm spending effort to help Anchorage.
How?
I think if I'm able, I know technically I would have to wait till my turn for the move, but maybe yank my whip away from like the other ship back over to maybe what is that lawn care tool called? You know,
Rake?
no,
Sweep
a weed whacker, like weed whack.
Whack some weeds.
Weed whack the
Quick, everyone,
grass.
list up as many lawn care tools as you can.
The weed whacker, that one. Essentially, yeah, clear out the weeds with my serrated
right.
whip.
That is 2 effort and an additional die for Incray.
2.
Yay.
Perfect. With the weed whacker serrated chain whip tearing into the roots, taking them out at the base, you are easily able to take a half step backwards and shake the rest off of your legs before they can get any meaningful purchase.
He's
And
a
you take no
fishman. He's
damage
the one you
and
can't
don't
drown.
receive the wound. Next is Zelio.
Okay, since I did, just to keep it honest, since I did use that kind of move, my next, I'm essentially going to just hang on to Esmer. Incray is big enough to be able to jump over himself from one deck to the next. I think it would be a little less successful for Zelio, and is going to rely on Esmer being there to help them. So I'm just gonna wait till Esmer moves, essentially.
Hell yeah.
All right. Then Incray.
I am going to walk over towards the captain.
Damn it! Get out!
And as I do so, I will start to recite Penal Code, Stature 52, Subclause 83, the death penalty. And I'm just going to make an attack against him. So 2?
That absolutely hits, but he is still standing after your sword bites into him.
One question. How much life does he have? Because if he has one left, he dies. Because I have
Finishing blow.
He is tough.
He's
is
tough,
more than
tougher
one.
than that.
Hmm.
Okay.
So with the first blow, cuts again, another chink in his hockey armor broken off. Nemo.
Nemo kind of still a little bit in that frenzy mode. Would he be able to leap from the ship and land next to Inkray?
Everybody on the sinking ship. Everybody on the sinking ship.
Nah, fuck that shit. I'm staying over here. Y'all have fun.
Yes, you can use your movement to get next to Inkray melee with the grass captain.
Then I would like to use Sidekick to burn 1 effort and combo attack with Inkray. Is that a thing I can do?
Ooh, yes. You wouldn't have to use your action for that, though. You, we'll say that you did that for Inkray's previous sword swipe as part of the death penalty recitation.
Okay.
And he takes an additional damage. What does your combo look like?
Ooh. That's a good one. Because you strike with a sword, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like Nemo will reach into his like Aloha shirt and then pull out like a pen that like Inkray asked Nemo to hold it onto, and then kind of like flip it and then like stab it into that same spot with the bullet, and just jam it in there and then just punch it in.
Poof, and the pen is just gone.
I owe you a pen,
You
Ray.
still now you have an action.
Oh, now it's okay. And then
That was your combo with Inkray's attack.
okay. And then okay, and then I'll do a fishman karate whirlpool kick. That just kind of looks like the Ryu and Ken like twisting kick.
Tatsumaki Senpyu kick.
That one.
I got
And
you.
for a 2.
That is another hit. Oh, he's starting to look rough. Not doing too good. Still stuck to the base of the ship. Much less mobile than he had initially planned on being. After Nemo.
That was a very pointed sentence.
Catty GM moment. If somebody didn't have a Gorgon gaze.
Damn, who designed that Gorgon Gaze ability? That's like
I don't know. Like I said, I need to have strong words with them. And speaking of, Coralie, you're up. The goons at this point are gone or ran.
Yeah, fuck the goons. Who cares about them? The Golan's gone. Is he looking around at all? Is he closing his eyes like a little bitch?
No, he is looking around wildly at Inkray, at Nemo, at Esmer, at everyone on his ship.
Okay. And so let's say that I fail something. Haven't rolled yet, obviously. Who knows what I'm going to roll for with this turn? But if I spend 3 effort after failing a roll, does it auto succeed or do I just get to roll again?
You roll again.
Okay. Well, I call out and say, Estelio, friend. It sucks that your little golem is kind of gone and now your ship is gone to shit. Does he make my eye?
He makes eye contact.
Okay, I'm going to roll to turn him to stone now. Oof. Okay. My first roll is a 6, not ideal. I am spending that 3 effort. And I rolled a 1.
Ugh.
So, he does turn to stone for 1 hour. And I think under Coralie's breath, you'll hear, well, I'm not gonna kill him. It's the sea that's going to kill him, or it's the fire that's gonna kill him. It's not us. Everyone, cast him overboard.
I just have to point out, this is the second captain of the Navy with plant-based powers who we have turned to stone and are throwing into the ocean
He's not.
on the second episode of our second season.
Wait, is he a Navy captain? I thought he was a pirate captain that's been hired by the Navy.
He's technically a pirate captain that's been hired by the Navy, but by association, I mean...
Mm-hmm.
If the shoe fits, the Navy should probably stop trying to step on us.
Ooh.
As this pirate fully turns to stone, he looks around at all of you. You have no idea what's coming. Nothing can stop him. There's a reason they keep him a secret. The 8th warlord of the sea.
I think that Coralie is just going to like shh, 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 as he finally gets turned to stone. And then is Inkray still on? Because they do walk over for this. Yes, the
Inkray
world
is
is burning
still
around.
On the ship, yes. Inkray's gonna break the statue.
Damn.
Can't,
this guy.
the sea
I don't like this guy.
can't kill him if Inkray does it first.
The statue shatters, and all of you make it back from this burning ship to the ship of the Lavender Scale Pirates, to your home that you have successfully defended. And you watch as your MO is solidified as turning people to stone and sending them to the bottom of the sea.
Yeah.
But only if they have grass-based powers.
If you send one more plant boyo after us, Navy, I swear for God.
I think
So,
you said a plant lady next time.
Yeah, plant lady next
Plant
time.
lady.
We're
Plant
equal
lady.
opportunity murderers.
Yeah.
Well, friends, should we get back to the party? Maybe a round of limbo?
Ugh.
They'll look directly at Leandre and say, it's actually scheduled. I think that you'll find it written down.
I don't even know if Leandre's up here. I feel like Leandre's still laying face down next to the cannons.
I think then Coralie would like walk around to find them and like kind of peek their head over while Leandre is looking up at the sky. And they'll just be chipper and smiley as ever.
Okay.
Right then, yeah, back to scheduled fun time. Just because the pirates think that they can come and work with the Navy to take us down, no, we don't stop for that. Scheduled fun time is scheduled.
I feel like Leandre becomes like the kid at a birthday party who's just like, I'm overstimulated. The fun of this event has... It looks like the haunting the ball pit energy coming out from Leandre.
If Leandre visualizes that on their face, Coralie says, but, look at it. I actually see that there is a scheduled break time after you do fights, and I'm happy to enact that.
Okay.
So, did you hear that, everyone? Scheduled break time?
Break what?
Evan raises his hand.
Yes, Kevin.
So, is that like normal here? You get in fights a lot?
Can
Yes.
I ask where Kevin was for like this whole fucking thing? I was just thinking about this.
It's just standing there, actually.
He's holding a bowl of chili, like holding a bunch of pizza boxes while everything's on fire.
Yeah.
If you go back in the pages of the manga, he actually is in the background of almost every single frame.
Terrifying.
Holding chili with a horrified face.
Nobody got hurt, did they? Because before we do scheduled break time, maybe we should do scheduled min time.
Nemo. Nemo got hurt.
No, I'm okay. I'm okay. It was just a thump.
He wipes blood from his forehead.
You have a boo-boo. You have to go heal it.
Well, my friends, I think that scheduled min time has turned into scheduled break time, and we can do our wake tomorrow for the poneglyph. That means, Zelio, that we can also do the map making again at a different time. Everyone, incredible work. We really made ass of that grass, and I'm very proud of you. We all worked exceptionally well together as a team, and I look forward to, and they'll look over at Ash, doing our scheduled activities bright and early in the morning, starting with Isma yelling at the sun. Good night, all. And they will retire to... I don't think they sleep in the captain's quarters. I really do think that it's Zelio, because that has the most closet space, and they're okay with that. They go to a room that has lots and lots of bedding in case, like, it's a particularly shitty night on the ship and someone wants to come and, like, sleep in the same room because they don't like being alone. And they just go and they get onto a nice little hammock.
I will say that Zelia does stay up until they are far enough away from the light of the burning ship to... I'm assuming Nemo is maybe still steering us, right? Before he goes to bed.
Yeah.
I think Zelio will enlist your help with actually lowering the anchor. And then Zelio will read the star and map the star charts and make sure to make an exact location of where they're going to be dropping the poneglyph.
I think Ash is probably going to reset up all the maps and everything. I assume that the giant cannonball tilt probably like knocked some things around, and so before that, like right at the end of the fight, she would have like swept up her big party hat and put it like back on and set her rifle against something, and then just started like reassembling everything. And probably also would have just like, I think Ash, in being assigned like the navigator role, wants to like learn this because it's not something she really like focused on and learned, but is definitely going to like sit here and work with the two of you on this.
You are the navigator. Technically, you are supposed to be doing this yourself.
Tell you the truth, it's not really... I mean, yeah, they teach you like the basics in academy and officer school, but it's not like I ever really cared to learn it. So,
Oh, well, this is a hobby of mine. I can show you if you like.
yeah, that'd be nice. Thanks.
And as the two of you are on the deck of the ship, watching the stars above, and with the used party supplies strewn about you, it's very like you're the last two that are up at this party, and you're just sharing a moment here on your ship. We will close this episode and roll credits and prepare for our post-credits scene.
Before our post-credit scene, though, and stick around because it happens to introduce you to our BBEG, allegedly the 8th warlord of the sea. So stick around, but first we're going to tell you who we are, where you can find us. We are literally doing the credits right now. Let us go ahead and start with Jake.
Hi, I'm Jake. You can find me online, Blue Sky, at Jake_Lionheart. I said bye to that other place that I think we all left as fast as we possibly could. You can also find me on Instagram, same thing, Jake_Lionheart, but no E on the heart, just HART, because somebody took it before I could get to it. And if you're interested in any kind of music for your games or streams or anything like that, I do produce like music. You can go to anywhere you stream music, just type up Jake Lionheart, and you can use that for your streams or games or videos or whatever you want to do. And yeah, I'll popcorn to Angie.
Oh, hello everybody. My name is Angie. They them pronouns. I have been playing Zelio Costas. Also they them pronouns. You can find me at Aegon Theric. Spelling, as you can see, is on the screen. And you can also check me out this Friday on something that Dan over here is also going to be GMing over on Bad House RPG, Candela Obscura, the Circle of Seekers and Sinners. And on Saturday, you actually can come check me out over on Tales Archive for our 5th episode of God Killer Sinner Sacrifice. Myself and my buddy Cyrus, it's 8-bit, have been doing this really, really amazing 2-player game, and has been a joy to play. And then Sundays also on Tales Archive for our ongoing D&D campaign, episode 99. This coming Sunday. We're so close to the big 100. But yeah, and more in the future. Yay! And I'm gonna popcorn over to Briar.
Hello, my name is Briar, they them pronouns. I have been playing Leandra Spike, Drama King Supreme, and you can find me at BinaBees _ everywhere on the internet, even still on the bad place. I'm sorry, I have not left. I won't be scared away, but he's gonna leave before me, and I believe that. I will outlast him. But I don't think I'm in anything else anytime. You can find me here until we're done. I'm not in anything, so hit my line if you want me in anything else. Who has not gone? Who do I need a popcorn to? I don't know. Did Lou? Did you go?
I have not gone yet.
Here's the ball. I'm passing it to you.
Excellent. I'm Lou. I was playing Ikray, Litigator, Swordsman. A third thing that I haven't decided on yet. You can find me at FaeFriendLou. Fae spelled Fae. Also on Twitter. Not in anything else currently, but I've got free time, so hit me up. And I'm going to popcorn over to Ash.
Hi, hello. I am Dan Pixel, Pyxel. They, them. You can find me on the internet basically everywhere except the bad place. I mean, you can find my account there, but I don't. It's shut down. It's locked. But yeah, if you want to follow me anywhere, I talk about Arcane and Life is Strange and anything else that hurts your feelings or is gay or both. And you, as mentioned earlier by Angie, can catch me again this Friday with them in our game of Candela Obscura, the Circle of Seekers and Sinners, as part of Bad House RPG's 2-year anniversary Grindhouse Spectacular, in which every Friday this month you can catch a new game, new one-shot with a different GM, all horror genre. The first one went last Friday and it was gorgeous, and after us there will be 2 more. So come check us out Friday over on their channel, and then stick around for the rest of the month for the rest of those, because they are all gorgeous. And I have a couple other things that are coming, but none of them have official release dates yet, so I can't plug them. But when I find out, I will post about it on any of the places where you can find me. So, yeah. I'm going to popcorn over to Julie.
Hi, I've been Julian or Julie CL, playing Esmer on this lovely stream. Follow all these lovely people, and remember, once again, reminding you all to stick around for the post-credit scene, because we want to see who this 8th Warlord of the Sea is. If you want to see me GM, you can do it on my own Twitch channel, also called Julie CL, where I'm running a D&D home game inspired by Persona. You can keep an eye on my Blue Sky account, ideally for the summer, for more details about the TTRPG that I'm in progress writing. Strategy and Tactics in the Land of the Dead. If I co-run Roll D5, indie tabletop games multiple times a month. Keep an eye on Castleton and also Hard as a Dungeon for more stuff that I will be part of soon. I don't know whether to send it over to Dennis or to Jess. To Dennis! Take it away, Dennis. Who are you?
Mine! I'm taking it. It's mine. Hi, I'm Dennis. You can find me at okayest__DM on the socials. You can also, most importantly, find me here every Monday night on Jess's channel, because I live for this fucking campaign. Thank you all so much for watching, and like we've said before, stick around because it's really good. And I will popcorn it back to our lovely host.
Hi friends, that's me. I'm Jess. You can find me on the internet at Jess the Human. I just want to take a second to plug some things really quickly. If you like charity and tabletop stuff, make sure you come back on Wednesday to this channel, whether it's YouTube or Twitch, to watch a Thirsty Sword Lesbians game at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. It's going to be so much fun, and we are raising funds for Project Hope. If you want to read about it, or if you want to get a calendar invite, you can go to my Substack, which is charitytrpgs.substack.com. It has the cast list, which is kind of stacked, as well as more information on Project Hope and how we're raising funds for the LA wildfires, as well as a calendar invite, because I live, breathe, and die by calendar, and I bet that there are some of you that do too. We all know that Leandre does, but because he wants it scheduled. Anyway, you can also check out my Patreon if you want to support the stream and maybe see your name on my stream credits or my Twitch panels. I don't know, I just made it. Check it out, I guess. And with that being said, I think it's time for us to do some post credit scenes. So I feel like there's a grasshopper saying that we need to say first.
Grasshoppers are famously good at sitting your ass down and watching Adam Sowards in a post-credit scene.
Heyo!
So it's been a long time, several months now, that Cabbage has been in charge of Scale Kingdom. Have you gotten used to the feeling of being called King Cabbage?
No. I feel as if Cabbage would never get used to it. He'd probably ask everyone just to call him Sir, like Sir Cabbage. And whenever someone calls him King, he's like, oh, and just kind of mumbles away and sort of waves away the situation. But he is getting used to maybe getting things done, kind of I guess not really ordering people around, but being able to make things happen. He's gotten used to that, but not necessarily the title.
You have many messengers, many knights, many people that report to you and depend on you for many things. One of these messengers is Steve, the snake who gambles. And
a bird,
Steve,
or different Steve, or
Steve also has a problem.
Oh, Steve also
Bert
has
and
gambling
Steve are good friends. They bonded over gambling. But in this case, Steve is not just a snake. Steve is mostly humanoid.
Okay. Okay.
Makes communication easier. So Steve slithers up to you. He's got a snake he's snake from the hips down, essentially. And he slithers up to you, his loose shirt blowing in the wind, and you can see his fangs sort of sticking out over his lower lip, and a forked tongue flicks between them as he looks at you and says, "My king, there's a ship off the side of our island. I thought you'd like to know."
Sir Steve, yes, I think I might have heard you wrong. You said a ship has approached the Scale Kingdom?
Yes. We are not sure how to handle the situation.
That is impossible. Very well. Sir Steve, gather one of the contingents of knights. We shall go and observe the situation. If we get a messenger towards the perimeter guard, so then to be on guard, but do not attack until we have made contact. And I will be on my way post haste.
Right away, sir. And Steve slithers off to notify the guard to make ready. You make your way over to the port, nearest the head of the island, and you indeed do see a ship. It is a massive ship, huge white sails, dark, almost mahogany-esque wood paneling on the side, and flying a black flag emblazoned with a skull, and instead of crossed swords behind it, there are tentacles coming out of the skull's neck, and those are crossed behind it.
Oh, yikes. Would the cabbage recognize any sort of, like, I mean, obviously pirates, but is there any sort of insignias, like, are these normal pirates? Are these like a warlord situation? Is this one of the oh gosh, I can't remember the other ones, the emperors of the sea? Like, is there any sort of insignia that would identify one of those from first glance?
No.
No.
The Scale Kingdom is very isolated, and you have been paying attention mostly to the problems here at home, and even when you are out in the world, you are paying attention to only the problems that could possibly relate to Corley. So you have not ever seen this insignia before.
Oh, okay. Well then, in that case, Sir Cabbage is on guard. He sees pirate flag, and he sort of he turns towards his guards like, "Be on guard, men! Prepare the cannons! Send out the alarm call in case these pirates wish to board the island. Be on your guard!" And he tried to go up to, if there's like a wall or a watchtower or something that's near the sea, try to get like a horn or something to see if he could, like, oh wait, no. Do we have the snail sort of technology in Scale Kingdom?
Oh yes, you do have Denden Mushi technology.
Heck yeah. I was wondering if there's like, if I could get one of, like, maybe a kind of like megaphone snail or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
There's like a shell in the shape of a megaphone that I can talk to at them.
Yep. You have that brought to you, and you grab. It's a massive snail that you you talk into the back, and the mouth on the front mimics your mouth as you talk.
Heck yeah. It's a big face, little shell at the end. So I'm holding it. There's like, "Pirates, beware! This is the Scale Kingdom. You are not welcome here. Come closer at your own peril, but I would recommend you leave immediately. Turn to Steve. Intimidating.
You hear a shout back, barely audible over the constant coursing waves as the Scale Island slithers through the water. We wish to land and resupply at your fine island. Rumor has it the Scale Kingdom is friendly to pirates. Is this true? Or will you turn us away in our time of need?
You see King Percival G. Cabbage having a very difficult time of this. He's sort of talking to himself. On one hand, if we let them here, they could attack. But on the other hand, if they are friends of the Lavender Scale Pirates, but if we are not friendly, then perhaps they could return and try to attack us if they found us once and could fight us again. Turns towards Steve. Have they said anything, Steve? Any communications before? Have they attacked, or have they remained a good distance away from the island?
Nothing, sir. But as you can see, at your legions surrounding this port, I am sure we would be able to suppress them should they come ashore.
Yes, very well. Steve, ready the men in case anything happens. We'll send them a few supplies. We will not allow them to land. It's dangerous enough. There are pirates nearby. So he grabs the snail and basically says that, like, we'll send like a dinghy or like a rowboat with supplies to you, but you are not allowed to land or not allowed to come to port. Sort of says that through the snail and waits for a response, sweating buckets.
There's another shout. How does that work? We're traveling at 30 knots.
Well, there's like a rope and pulley system, and it'll work.
So do you send the supplies?
Yeah. He probably doesn't have very much experience with like people visiting. Besides the one time we picked up people at Slither Island, I guess it's more of kind of an experiment. Just kind of like getting a boat ready, just kind of like sending it off, and hopefully it gets there. Maybe like on a raft or something, because it's like, it's their job to get the supplies once we kind of push it off. So he'll try that.
You've never attempted this before. Like I said, Scale Kingdom doesn't really get any visitors. But you have learned that not only do your people rely on you, you can rely on them. And they put together this ingenious system of there's several cannons that shoot grappling hooks to pull ships in, and that's exactly what you do. And the grappling hooks attach, and you work together in tandem with the ship you're refusing to let dock. As you manage to set up a pulley system so you can ferry ferry it across. Exactly. As both the island and the ship are just cresting through the water. Like if you stepped into that water, you're just gone. You're gone. And so you send the supplies over. And when the pulley system comes back, you are surprised to see that there's an individual in the boat.
I feel like we probably could have should have expected this. And I would say probably, as they're kind of setting up the operations, I would be on the dock personally. And I think Cabbage has nice armor now, especially since he's the king. It's the same bulky, too big armor for him, but it's like nice and shiny now. But he still has King Corley's snake sword, so he has 2 really big swords on his back now, and sort of like arms crossed on the dock, watching the situation and then seeing it come back. He's like, "Make ready, men, pirates!" And does not take out the blades yet, but sort of kind of holds his hand nearby, watching as they get closer. Hail!
Hail! And you see, very cautiously holding onto the rope and now standing up in the boat is a very thin, tall, old man, hunched slightly, white goatee, totally bald, no hat. He has a loose white shirt beneath a black vest, and he raises a hand in greeting, and you can see his arms are unreasonably long, even for how tall he is.
I would say he's a little bit. Cabbage is now a little bit less on guard because he does not know the world. He's like, oh, an older guy. He's probably not too dangerous. And he's like, sort of speaks out, what is the meaning of this? I thought our agreement was you stay on the ship.
I thought I might press a little bit more for your hospitality, good king. For I am in need of information as well. Will you allow me to step on your beautiful shore?
He thinks and responds, if you press too much, then you could lose a head. But yes, we may parlay. And sort of kind of gestures, sends out a couple of things, kind of like clear this area around the docks, be ready. And then he will try to be the envoy. Well, him and Steve, I'll say. He'll bring Steve with him as like his little bodyguard behind him. But
you look behind, and Steve is rolling dice on a table with Bert on the other table.
Steve! Get attention!
What?
Over.
Yes!
Over.
Yes, sorry, sir.
This is important. You have to make us look scary, alright? Hold your fangs. Like,
He turns around towards Bert. I saw those snake eyes.
Steve! And sort of tries to make a little bit of a show of it, of coming towards this unknown captain.
And the captain steps out of the boat. Now you can see his full 8.5-foot height. Quite thin. You come up to like barely his waist.
Yeah.
And he puts his hands behind his back and leans over, looming well above you. Thank you for your very gracious hospitality. My name is Captain Hornigold. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
I will say that the pleasure is all yours, but I will not be rude. Welcome to the port. And now, Captain Hornigold, I am King Percival Z. Cabbage, the Scale Kingdom.
Well met, sire. I was hoping we might exchange some information. You see, I'm quite curious about this island and its inhabitants, as well as its other visitors. And I might have news of the outside world that would interest you.
I suppose it depends on the information, Mr. Hornigold. I do wish to know of the outside world for my own part, but what is it that you wish to know?
Well, first, I would like, if you'd be so willing, a tour of your island. But I do wish to know of its past ruler. You see, King Corley is a bit of a acquaintance of mine, and I would be remiss if we did not regale each other with tales of their exploits.
Is there anything I can roll to, like, I don't know, is there like an insight or something like that? That
Make a check. And if you have nothing on your character sheet that says you can roll higher or lower on that, it's going to be a D10.
Okay, I'll just roll a D10. I've completely forgotten the system.
Low is good.
Oh yeah, 5. I'm honestly happy to fail. So.
Well, you're a little bit wary, but Steve's words ring true in your mind. You look around and there are dozens and dozens and dozens of soldiers, and there's just one of him.
Okay, yeah.
So, like, even if he is being untrustworthy, you're confident that he wouldn't be able to cause too much trouble.
Okay. And I feel as if the mention of him being friends with King Corley definitely kind of overshadows a lot of it and goes into a little bit too much automatic trusting mode. And he's like, you know of King Corley?
Why, yes. Most know of King Corley here in the South Blue.
Well, that is wonderful. And you have traveled together. You are friends.
I have not yet had the honor, which is why I was hoping you would regale me with some of the tales of your travels with them.
Oh, so you have heard of the word of the future king of the pirates, yes? Well, it is good to hear that they are making a name for themselves out there. Very good. Yes, I would be happy to give you a brief tour, but I would very much like to hear about Corley, and I'd be happy to share my own stories as well. They are quite something.
Yes, I would never outstay my welcome, sire. Please, lead on.
First, to the head. It is the most exciting part of the island. It is, I would compare it to sort of gestures towards his ship, a little bit as if the helm. And sort of starts talking and walking.
And as you turn your back on him and motion for your knights to follow, we can see a dark look cross Captain Hornigold's face. A shadow comes over his eyes, and a sly grin spreads unnaturally wide across his jaw. That's where we will end our scene.